Hello crochet friends, welcome back. We're working on our mitten. We're gonna finish this up today. Okay, so on the last round that I completed here, I joined with my slip stitch in the two stitches at the bottom, right? And on the other mitten, what I did was I went back up one more time and back down again, and then we're going to join at the original stitch where we started at the very beginning. So I would chain one, and then I would start with my back loop only single crochets. So there's our chain, that was a slip stitch, and that was a slip stitch. So I'm going to go into my first one, single crochet, one, single crochet two, and I'm going to go all the way up just like we did with the rest of this, right? So we had 24 stitches going up and down here. So, the reason I did this on the other one, I felt like it made the cuff have a little more width on it. So it was a little looser than it was, because I tried it without doing that. I tried it just going to the end, and I liked it better with this one little bit more of the ribbing. So hopefully you will also. And it just, I don't know, it just made it fit better. I guess that's the best way to put it. So, and I didn't want to confuse you when you're going along with your ribbing, working on it, and tell you to do this and then join in the first one and everything. So I was just waiting until today, and I figure we can just work through this. So we're gonna go and do this one more set of the ribbing. We're gonna go all the way down again and join, and then we're going to sew this together. So we are going to use our yarn needle. We'll go back and forth kind of in a stitching fashion, but we're going to turn everything inside out to do that. We're going to do the top of the mitten, the top of the thumb, right? And get all that closed up and finish up our project today. So chain one and turn. Hopefully everything will turn out just the way you like it. All right, I'm gonna grab my yarn, and I'm gonna continue with my back loop only single crochets all the way down. Okay, I'll meet you down there. Here we go. Okay, this is my last single crochet. And when you get down here, we're just going to slip stitch over here at the very beginning, right where we started ourselves off. Okay, we're gonna enter, I hope you can see it, right down here, right where we started. So enter the space, and we're just going to do a slip stitch, and that will finish off this ribbing here. I dropped mine. Try again. Here we go. All right, slip stitch, beautiful. And then just pull this up. So now we need a pretty long piece because we're going to sew this together. So leave yourself plenty of yarn there. You know, I'll probably have way more than I need. Don't want to run out. So I've got myself joined. I am going to give this a little knot, just like that. We're joined with our slip stitch. I'm going to pull that in, and we're just going to leave that there because we're going to do the mitten top and the thumb first. So take your whole mitten and turn it inside out. Okay, once you've got it all turned inside out, if you haven't knotted off, you can just go ahead and do that because we're going to sew this all together here. Let's make it nice and tight, a good knot, so our work doesn't come unraveled. And your thumb should be inside out also. Just grab your yarn needle, and you're just going to sew back and forth the top as neat as you can, because you don't want it to be bulky in there where your fingers are. But just sew back and forth on your stitches and close it up. That's all. So try to just get as neat as you can. It's not always easy, but we always give it our best try, don't we? And that way all your sewing and everything is on the inside. You won't see anything, and it'll give you a nice smooth look on the outside. Okay. Beautiful. And then I would give it another little knot just to secure your sewing. And then you want to tuck in your tail because you don't want to feel all this stuff inside your mitten. So just kind of go along wherever you can and tuck it in. So that's the top of your mitten. And then we'll cut that off. And then do your thumb, the same thing. I had already knotted my thumb off here. And we're gonna sew that in. And any loose tails that we will have with the cuff, we'll need to sew that into. You know, a little bit of sewing always at the end, right? It's okay. So you want to get the thumb closed up good. And it's smaller, so try not to make it too bulky if you can, because it will stand out a little bit on you. You'll be able to see it. Maybe get it a little too thick. So try not to go too far down on it. But just, you know, make sure it's closed up. We don't want it drafty at the top of our mitten, right? Oh boy, this turned out cute. I like it. We did talk about lots of different things you can do to decorate it, to make it pretty. If you are not into a traditional plain mitten, you know, it's all good. It's all good. Everybody does things differently, and that's the joy of it. I like that. So tuck that tail in. Make sure you can't see your tail, and that everything seems pretty secure there. And then you can cut this off. We don't need these anymore, the pink. Cut that pink, cut this pink, right? And this one you'll want to tuck in. Now remember, this was where we joined to do the thumb, when we started our thumb. So try to get that neatly in there. Sew that in just a little bit, because we don't want to see that one either. There, that looks good. That's sewed in pretty nice. Whew, so many tails, so many tails. So we'll have these two also. We'll need to do those, but let me show you about doing the mitten. It's cuff here. So I left a long tail, and we're just going to grab our yarn here. We want to sew up it. So what I do is I keep my yarn straight up the cuff there. All right. And so we finished here. We're just gonna kind of scoop ourselves up a little bit there, right? So we want to get, look at all my tails in here. There we go. I want to get up there, but I don't want to, because I didn't want to pull the work from here, okay? So now you're going to take your two sides, and you're just going to go stitch. See, it's half a stitch there, half a stitch to half a stitch. I'm just going to go back and forth the whole way up. Half a stitch, half a stitch. And this is what I did for the other one, and it turned out nice. It laid nice and flat, so it didn't look like it puckered the fabric, you know, the knit here. And it laid nice. I can show you on the other one after. But I just went back and forth getting each stitch. Don't skip anybody, because then you'd have a hole in it, you know. So just keep going back and forth. It does take a little time. It's okay. All right. Just keep going with that till you get to the end. Here we go. Okay, at the top, I did it. I went through this more than once. Just to secure it, because it's something that's going to keep getting stretched as you're taking this on and off. So I did go through a couple of times, trying not to make it too bulky, but just so that it stays strong on there, okay? I mean, you don't have to, but I always get afraid that things are going to come undone. Those of you who have been crocheting with me for a little bit know that. I mean, look at this tail that I've got here that I'm sewing with. Never can be too secure here, right? Okay, so this is the end. Well, I made a messy knot. Let me fix this. There we go. Because I don't want it to be bulky either. Okay, I got that nice and tight. Everything is pulled good. Now just, I have all this stuff in the way. Tuck in your tail. I just kind of went back down the last time, right down the seam where I had sewn. Okay, So that takes care of that seam, that tail. I still have these two. Gotta get those. Just tuck all these in. This is the hard part. It does take a little bit of time to tuck in all these tails, but it's okay. And it's always better to do it as neat as you can. So tuck in all your tails. Okay, once you tuck in all your tails, turn your mitten right side out. Make sure that your tips are all closed up nicely, okay? That there's no holes. You don't want any holes in the tops of them or anything. So make sure that's all set. Check the seam, which looks good. It's nice and closed up and it looks uniform. It might need a little squishing back together, but that's okay, right? So this turned out cute. I like this ribbing a lot. So like I said, I was going to have them like this because I think that looks pretty. And you need two. Don't forget to make the other one. So that's the mitten. It's nice and easy. You're ready to go for winter. And I don't know, it was good. I think this isn't too bad. And this is a great pattern to learn because it was easy to follow along. So I hope it was easy for you to follow along on. It's a great mitten to start with. You can line it if you would like and make it a little bit warmer if you want to put a fleece in there. Like I said, you just cut it. Use this as your template and cut the fleece 2 pieces and then sew them together, stick them inside. You might want to sew it to it so it's not moving around in there on you, but that's an idea. That would be pretty. But I love this color. It's gonna look so nice with my black dress coat because I have a hot pink scarf to wear with it. So I think this is gonna look cute. So I hope you're happy with your color choice also. Enjoy your mittens. I enjoyed being on this journey with you. Give us a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos as they come out, and I'll see you next time. Thank you and have a joyful day.